What I want to talk to you today is about how to stand out from the crowd in your business niche. Now, Julie just talked about not, some ways that you could fail at blogging would be to not identify your niche, not to have that locked in. So once you have your niche, right, how do you stand out from the crowd from other people who are in similar niches as well, right? So showing up on social media can often feel like like you're shouting out into the abyss, right? And when you're new, it can often feel like you can never figure out how to stand out on social and set yourself apart from others in your niche who are further along than you are. This is how I felt when I started my business with no audience, no influence in a very crowded market. Okay. And in this video, I'm going to share 3 tips to help you stand out on social media on any platform, in any niche. Can't even speak today, in any niche. And I'm also going to give you some content ideas to make that happen as well. But if you're new here, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Katie Fairhurst. I'm the admin of Successful Women Building Generational Wealth, and I want to welcome you here to Lunch Break Live. And if you're new here on YouTube, welcome. You may want to hit like and subscribe because we do these free trainings here every single week, okay? And also, if you're interested in being featured on Lunch Break Live, please reach out to me. We can discuss, send me a message on Messenger. And you could be getting all of this exposure for your business as well, okay? So how do you cut through the noise, especially when you're first getting started? It can feel so hard if you're stuck here. I want you to know 2 things first. Number 1, you've got this. And second, you are absolutely worthy of being here. By far, that is the thing by far I hear the most from clients is the fear of not being enough. I actually just made a reel about it yesterday. Words like I'm not that successful yet, or I'm not really an expert in that yet, right? Or why would anyone want to listen to me? If you've ever said any of those things, I want to take this opportunity to tell you the same thing I tell them. Someone out there needs what you have, okay? No one has your unique combination of gifts, your story, your experience, your knowledge, okay? And you can always increase experience and knowledge. There are people out there who are just waiting to find and connect with you because they have a problem that they need solved, and you are the person that they will relate to the most, okay? If you are only one step ahead of someone, you can help them, okay? So put aside self-doubt, get rid of that imposter syndrome, that feeling of not being enough, because you are enough. And the world needs what you have to share, okay? So, there is a 3-step formula to standing out in any niche, okay? Number 1, I always say this, Julie just said this as well. You need to actually know your niche. And if you aren't sure what that is, I invite you to check out the video that I created around how to find your profitable niche. And I'm linking that below. Okay. I promise no one has ever explained it to you quite like this before. And it's going to make things incredibly clear for you to start moving forward. Okay. So I'm going to link that at the bottom in the video description so that you can come back after this and then you can watch it, okay, after you watch this video. Now, the second part of the formula is your story. You've got to be authentic. You will never stand out trying to be just like somebody else or showing up sharing a bunch of watered down generic tips on social media, okay? Like I said before, no one has your unique combination of gifts, right? And your niche is part of that, but even more importantly is you. If you struggle to come up with content ideas and everything feels blah and uninspiring, I guarantee it's because you took the you out of your marketing. So ask yourself, what am I most passionate about when it comes to my niche, right? What can I talk about all day, every day when it comes to my niche? Why am I passionate about this? What transformations am I passionate about helping people find and achieve? Okay. There's a lot of talk on Instagram right now about niching down, and that's important. But what it's leading to is a bunch of watered down accounts that are all sharing the same thing, just worded in a different way, right? How do you stand out? By integrating your story into your niche, by sharing your lifestyle, okay? Talking about your habits, all right? Talk about your mindset, your philosophies around what it is that you're doing here, right? And more importantly, why you do it. You have to have the why, okay? Now, this doesn't have to be Instagram worthy work. I know sometimes we get really, really intimidated by some of the Instagram people we see, and we're like, we're not that good, right? It doesn't have to be Instagram worthy to work, okay? Educational content is important, but that can't be the only thing that you share. You also need to build your brand, which is you and your story. And once you have your niche and your story, it's time to amplify them with your content strategy, okay? Your content should be it should consistently help the people in your niche with the problems that they need solved, okay? You do this by offering value, primarily education, right? And then inspiration as well, right? And trends and funny memes are great, okay? But if you want to stand out and become the go-to source in your space, you also need to be educating your audience on the topics that are important to them, while also reminding them that they have what it takes to overcome and to get where they want to go. Okay. So now you have that formula. Now, how do you put this all together? All right. I want to share some Instagram content ideas that I've been working on that have really been working well for me lately, not in just in terms of growth, but also in conversions. Okay. We know, I've said this before, follows, likes, and comments are great, but these are vanity metrics and they do not pay the bills. So don't pay too much mind to them, okay? Your content needs to do three jobs. It needs to grow your audience, it needs to nurture trust, and it needs to convert leads and sales for your business. That's it. Okay. So, first, let's talk about value. Carousels and reels are both excellent posts to give value to your audience. Okay. I try to post at least two carousels and about three reels a week, educating my audience on something related to my niche, right? And for reels, sometimes I do trends where the video itself isn't that valuable, but I provide value in the caption. Okay. Lately, I've really just loved talking to camera and giving value directly into the video. And actually, those videos get further reach than like the trendy reels. Okay. Or I take a clip of my live and then I repurpose that in a reel as well. So, how do you incorporate your story into your content strategy? Now, me personally, I'm kind of an introvert. Okay. I'm not really sure if you knew that, but I've said that before. I'm not like a huge fan of letting people into my little world. Before I started doing the whole social selling thing, I was like never on social media. I think I had Facebook and I was barely ever on it. Okay. And so when I first started doing this, I didn't tell anyone about it because it was so far against the grain from what I was used to, right? And different from what most entrepreneurs were teaching on social media, on Instagram specifically, all right? The whole personal post, right? But the funny thing is, when I started doing this, my engagement, my leads, my sales, my DMs, they all went through the roof, okay? Once a week, share something personal with your audience. And once or twice a week, share something behind the scenes as it relates to your niche. Okay. We call this a lifestyle post. Okay. That's very, very important. So let's talk about those personal posts. Okay. Strictly personal posts. These can be a photo dump from the weekend. All right. People love to see those. Group pictures from a trip that you're taking. All right. Photos from a family birthday party or whatever. Okay. Take a moment once a week to remind your audience that you are a real human with a real life. Okay. And so for those lifestyle posts, think about your habits, your routines, your mindsets that relate to your niche and that show your audience that you live what you teach. Okay. You're walking the walk. Okay. The educational posts are going to build authority, right? The lifestyle posts are going to build your brand. Okay. Meaning these are the posts that are going to help set you apart, right? Stand out from anyone else in your niche who's teaching similar things as you. Okay, that is how you do it. So let's do a quick recap before we wrap this up. First, know your niche. Okay. You need to know your niche like the back of your hand. That is so, so important. Okay. Check out that video that I linked in the description. So that will help you with that if you feel like you're stuck or if you just need some new ideas. Okay. Next, share your story. Don't take the you out of your business. Be authentic and embrace your uniqueness. Okay. Some of you here are really, really good at that. And I love that. And it's totally magnetizing. And then some of us need practice, like me. I feel like I'm someone that needs a lot of practice at it. Okay. And finally, amplify your niche and your story with a content strategy that encompasses both. Okay. These are the three steps to standing out, even in the most crowded markets, because, like I said, no one else on the planet has your unique combination of your niche plus your story multiplied by your content strategy. Okay. If you want to dive deeper into this, I invite you to watch the training I did on the social media content strategy that brings in more sales. And I have that linked below as well. Okay. This includes personal posting, personal posting schedule for both Facebook and Instagram that I use to power my fast growing brand, including those three types of posts that you must be using if you want your content to grow your following and convert sales. Okay. That is it for